My dad cantered along next to me. He was on the big grumpy gelding TJ, and I was on Amadeus, a Lipizzaner who was struggling to keep up. The track at the riding club was easily wide enough for both of us, and the footing was excellent. The rainy days were still ahead. Since the horse properties in Vancouver were often only an acre, most of the riders were members of the local riding club, where there was a track, dressage rings, jumping rings, an indoor arena, and a grass field. My dad looked at me, and I knew he was going to say something ridiculous. It was his eyes, bright and curious, that gave away his enthusiasm. And he always asked the most obvious questions when he was enthused. It drove me crazy. "If you can't work for Ian Miller, do you want to stay here over the winter?" I spurred Amadeus on, trying to keep up. "I think I want to get away. I talked to a guy on the phone today who said I could come down and apprentice for him." "Why don't you go to England and work for an eventer? Didn't you have a job offer from William Fox Pitt?" I looked at my dad. He was standing lightly in the stirrups, letting the horse roll along smoothly below him. He knew I had just finished working for the O'Connors. And yes, I did meet William Fox Pitt. We had sat down together at the Kentucky 3-Day and discussed the possibility of me crossing the Atlantic again to work with him. Sinead, the woman who had cleaned buckets for that one day at Rocking Horse while working for the O'Connors, had kept in touch. She had set up the meeting. "You remember, Dad?" I told him no, because I decided to go to Ian Miller instead. England did sound fun, though, especially since he said we might go fox hunting. "If you are serious about eventing, you really should go to England. Badminton and Burleigh, the most famous events in the world, are there." "He's hired somebody else, I'm sure," I replied, continuing to leg Amadeus on. "Besides, I want to learn to ride Western and check out some more natural horsemanship." I had already told him this already. It seemed like our relationship was at its best when I was just getting home or just leaving. I always missed him when I was away. "How many horses do you think he has?" he asked. "Fox Pitt? About 20, probably. But he already has a rider now." We were galloping. I was leaning over the withers and really urging Amadeus forward. The footfalls of the two horses combined into a steady drum roll beneath us. "You know," my dad yelled over the sound, "all good horse people use principles of natural horsemanship. You don't need to specialize in it to benefit from learning to use body language with horses." He was right. I did not really care for the word natural either. Natural horsemanship reminded me of advertisements I saw promoting wholesome food or real sugar. At what point did we start to advertise the specialness of things that used to be simply expected?